Good day, everybody. This is Chris with the Ancient Scholar, and today we decided to do something a little different for you guys. This is a day after Thanksgiving, and of course it's a quote-unquote Black Friday. It's crazy, so what I thought I'd do is climb up into the mountains here and show you a couple of things that are kind of cool. I occasionally get to do in the little bit of free time that I have, and it does relate a little bit to science. Actually quite a bit to science, and so I hope you guys enjoy this kind of this new and unique video, and we'll see what you guys think. Take it easy. Alright, so we've gotten to the top of this rock formation here, and what I want to do is I want to get down into there, and as you can see, it's kind of a interesting slopes and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to get down there a little bit quicker and perhaps a little safer, hopefully, than say trying to scramble on down. So I've got some equipment here, some climbing equipment, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that equipment and I'm going to make an anchor point here. The lighting's really bad, unfortunately, this time of the year, but I've got a crack here, and I'm going to take advantage of that. And we're going to go ahead and set up an anchor, and we're going to use what's known as the Rene principle. And the Rene principle stands for redundancy. So I'm going to want multiple anchor points. E stands for equalize. I want to be able to equalize the force that the individual anchors are taking. I don't want one anchor having all the force. I want to equalize that among all the anchor points. And then I never want extension, and that is if one anchor happens to fail, the other anchors aren't loaded unduly, at least. And so I have some equipment here that I'm going to be using. I have an assortment of what we call hexes, and these are just hexagonal shaped pieces of what we call protection that are designed to slide into cracks and holes and you be used as anchors. I have really large ones like this. I have these smaller hex nuts, and I even have really smaller pieces of protection for getting into really small cracks. I also have what are called SLCDs, or spring-loaded camming devices, and these are devices that are kind of spring-loaded. They collapse, so you can put them into a crack, and then as tension gets put on them, what happens is that tension, the force, actually makes the cam want to open up more and locks it into that crack even tighter. And then of course I have some assorted webbing that I'm going to use to make what are called cordelettes to equalize all the anchors, bring them together, and we'll hopefully do some successful rappelling. Rope. This is actually what we call static rope, so it doesn't stretch a whole lot under any kind of load. Whereas, so it's more for high angle rescue or rappelling. It's not. You wouldn't want to climb on this because it's not going to stretch a whole lot during a fall, and obviously that's going to mean a lot of force is going to be imparted into the person falling. Which of course is going to will lead to significant injury. So this is really for rappelling, high angle rescue operations, and things like that. So what I've done is I've taken this rope, and this rope has gone through. This is what we call a belay device here. This is a figure 8. There are all sorts, ATCs, rescue 8s. You could even do rappel off of a D-ring here, a carabiner, by tying a special kind of hitch around it. But these tend to be pretty common, so I'll just use this. And what's happening is as I'm rappelling down, so I'm kind of at the top of this trough here, and I have a lot of potential energy. And if I were to just kind of jump, that potential energy would be quickly converted to kinetic energy. My body. The potential energy in my body at the top here would be converted to kinetic energy. I'd fall down, hurt myself, or possibly kill myself. So what I want to do instead is I want a way of slowly converting potential energy into kinetic energy in a really controlled way. And I need a way of kind of dealing with all that excess potential energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn a lot of that potential energy into friction, and that's what we're doing here with this rope wrapping around here. And all I need to do is I just need to kind of pull here, and I'm actually going to lean back a little bit. So I'm leaning back, And you can see that the friction right there has arrested me. I'm not moving at all. But as I let go, you'll see the rope will kind of slide through there. So what I'm doing is I'm converting a lot of potential energy into heat energy through friction here. So as you can imagine, this area gets hot. I'm wearing a glove. There are different types of rappel setups. Some people like to rappel with this a little closer to their harness here. You can see I have another D-ring or carabiner and some nylon, and I've extended this out. But since I need to go down and I need to kind of work with some rope down there, this is nice. This is what we call Borchardt rig. This is nice because what I can do is I can just kind of hold up here in front of me with one hand and at least my other hand free, and it gives me a little more maneuverability that I may not have with a more traditional rappelling setup. Okay, guys. All right, so I just did my first rappel off of this anchor, and then I ended up having to climb back up, so I'm a little short of breath. But I'll show you what I did here. Is I put 2 cams into this crack here, and then just put D-rings on them, and then what I did is I tied them together with this cord into what's called a cordelette. So I brought the anchors together, equalized them, and then tied them together with this knot here, so everything was equalized. Knot through here, through the hole here, and then I put another anchor right here in this big crack, this big old hex here, and I'll show you what I did. I'm gonna come around here. So we could use this as a climbing anchor too, but right now we're just using it as a rappelling anchor to rappel down, and then to climb back up through with using another rope. And I don't know if you can see that. We got the climbing rope up there, or down this little ledge here. This is a bit steeper, so I have a big D-ring connected to the hex here, and then this cord right here goes to the 2 cams. I brought those all together, and then I tied another cordelette with a tubular nylon here and attached to what we call quick draws. And you can see how the gates are opposed. So if one gate just by chance were to accidentally get opened, I'd have another one. And then I've got the rappelling rope here, and I just tied a double figure 8 knot into there, and then put just an overhand knot on the end of it, just dressing on the cake. And it's probably about a 25-meter rappel from here. It's nice and steep, so it's a... All right, here we go. Anchors lined up. Look clear?
Clear.
Okay, anchor's loaded. I'm L'ing out. L'd out. Heading down. All right. I'm going to transition left a little bit. All right. I'm L'ing out more. Good. Okay, see the water? I'm going to attempt to stay left of that a little bit. Coming down. Okay, looking good, still clear. Going out. I'm going to come right a little bit. Still looking good. I'm going to transition left a tad. I see the rope pile.